afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here today. My name is Erin Royal, and I would like to welcome you to Luciano's at Lake Pearl for the second graduation of Service Dogs, Facility Dogs, and Community Resource Dogs from Golden Opportunities for Independence. I'd like to share a little history of Golden Opportunities for Independence, lovingly known as GOFI. In 2013, I had just returned from the Peace Corps, but was dreaming of starting a service dog program. I immediately thought of Pauline as the perfect person to connect with all of her years of experience breeding and training dogs, and with a career as a registered nurse. I knew she was the perfect person to provide insight on how to get started. Like me, Pauline understands the amazingly positive effect dogs have on the lives of people. So after 3 years of not seeing Pauline, I decided to pay her a visit. And imagine my surprise when she told me she was just talking to Kristen about the same thing, starting a service dog program. My dream was to create partnerships with the community intermediaries and to join forces to provide assistance to those living with disabilities. This idea, to partner with and empower the community, is what has made Golden Opportunities for Independence truly unique. It's successful because its programs are informed by you all, by each community it works with. GOFI continues to grow and evolve thanks to this inclusive environment. All of the people involved with GOFI are empathetic. They put themselves in the shoes of others. They empower their clients to take charge of their experiences, and everyone has fun while doing so. And all of this work is made possible by the incredible, beautiful service dogs you see here today. GOFI gained charitable organization status in 2014. It has grown from 4 volunteers to over 300 and still growing today. It has formed relationships with law enforcement, local businesses, and other service-driven organizations. And it is successful because of people like yourselves who represent our large community. Over 60 dogs have been inducted into the program, and today we have 22 dogs graduating. Pauline, can you believe where it is today?
Yeah, it's on the way. I really don't like to just stand in one place. I think you're going to make me stand here. Thank you so much, Erin. It is really a joy to be here. Thank you all so much for coming today. It means so much to me to see so many dogs that I have bred and raised be such good dogs, and I couldn't do that without every single one of you in the audience here today. Everyone that's been raising these dogs, everybody who's been pouring their their muscle into raising them. It really has been an amazing, amazing journey. Prior to Erin showing up at my door, I had spent some quality time with my dear friend Kristen, who is paralyzed. I was able to learn from her how needy, how much need is required when you have a disability, how much you're at a disadvantage in so many different ways. We talked for some time about how dogs can help so much in that realm. It's so easy for them to be able to do the jobs that they do. These golden retrievers love to do the job that they do. So why not put it all together? So we talked for some time about actually breeding dogs and using our golden retrievers to help out people with mental and physical disabilities. Imagine my surprise when Erin shows up at my door the very next day and says, "Pauline, I've been thinking of starting a service dog program." So it was at that minute that I knew that GOFI was going to be a very special journey and a very special place to be. In 2013, when it was just an idea, when we had started all of this stuff, Erin and I sat for hours at length talking about how we're going to make this come together. The one common thread was that we wanted to involve the recipients with the raising of the dogs. We wanted to get these puppies, we wanted to have the recipients, the handlers involved with these dogs as puppies. Get them to develop that bond, that strong sense of camaraderie with our program, and become part of a fixture in the community by giving everyone a place at our organization. everyone is welcome to join the GOFI dog family. And that's what's made Golden Opportunities a unique program. It's strong because it's shaped and continues to evolve. It takes the heart of ideas, suggestions, and the will of many. Such as, fast forward 4 years later, we have Tommy Hart, who we met at a grocery store while we were working our dogs in training, and he was with the special ed department on an outing at Stop and Shop. So it was at that time that we made arrangements for him to come by, and it went wonderful. So 4 years later, Officer Hart is named School Resource Officer for the Walpole Police Department. He hit the ground running and developed a really, really close relationship with our organization by taking our service dogs in training out with him into the community, to community events, to school programs, special ed programs, and it really just took off. So it was at that point in time where we said, it's time to discuss with Tommy that maybe he needs to get his own puppy. I don't know if Tommy had any say in that. Rachel and I kind of dropped it on him. Yeah, we did that. So we gave Tommy a puppy to enjoy for his own. Rachel did some puppy raising for him and helped him get through the tough times, because as much as the love and bond of having a puppy it is still a tremendous amount of work. And so that's part of what we do with our program is we set you up with someone to help you. We like to have trainers available for the life of your dog. If you're ever having trouble with your dogs, come back, we'll fix them. So Tommy soon realized that this was a really great thing to do. He asked if he could increase his involvement, bringing the puppy to traumatic incidents, de-escalating tense situations, anything between children and officials, providing bereavement support, which we've been called on way too much this year for, and any situation that people and groups can benefit from the comfort of a dog. So Tommy got approval from Chief Carmichael and the town officials, and off he went. He began utilizing our dogs to better relationships within Walpole, and with the program went amazing. It was such a success that a number of departments in the state and even around the country now utilize dogs for in the same manner. And that was what brought Tommy to the attention of the Norfolk County District, Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. They have been instrumental in supporting our program. I cannot thank DA Michael Morrissey and Assistant DA Jen Rowe in their support. I can't thank them enough. Tommy's innovative ideas have been invaluable in furthering the department's policing, and Rebel, the community resource dog, is now the face of the department. On March 17th, St. Patrick's Day this year, Tommy and I were enjoying ourselves at the Friends of St. Patrick, a fundraiser that raises money for programs within the Walpole community. It was on this day that the Attorney General of the United States awarded Tommy with the Distinguished Service in Community Policing. According to the Attorney General, according to the Attorney General's report, they received 185 nominations for this. A total of 347 individuals in the entire country were presented for this, and Tommy was one of the recipients. So the work being honored here are examples of law enforcement officers working closely with the community to build trust, solve problems, reduce crime, and improve public safety. Officer Hart had established a close relationship with our organization by taking our dogs out. All right, that's a repeat. So I think at this time, we let Tommy Hart come on up and give us a little information on what's cooking with his award.
Good afternoon, everyone. She kind of stole everything I had to say, so you've already heard all about Rebel and about the program and the idea, and it really was a crazy idea. I thought it would help, but I didn't think it would ever become something like it has. I'm really proud to be a small part in this organization and to help for everyone to get to enjoy and benefit from what GOFI has to offer. I really am truly lucky. I never thought it would work out like this. Like I said, it's amazing though to see it now in 20 plus towns and colleges. And so my award is, I said it before, it's really, sorry, Rob was a little excited. An award for the whole town, the whole community, but really for GOFI as well. And you know, it's not just me. So anyone that even ever had a part in helping to train or raise Rebel, even if it was just you know, giving her some food or water or taking her for a walk, you all should be, you know, thankful, but also know that you guys played a hand in this award. It's not just about me, it's not just about my department. So really this Community Policing Award that I got is, you know, partly because of GOFI, well, a major part because of GOFI, and so everyone, you know, you should kind of pat yourselves on the back as well because you helped me to get that award. I couldn't do it without all of you. To all the graduates, congratulations to all the police officers, the school personnel that have dogs, the people with service dogs as well. Congrats, you guys have amazing dogs. You guys are continuing to help to spread the word of GOFI to all these other towns and communities, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. But thank you for having me today. Thank you, Pauline, for believing in me and trusting me with your dogs after we met one time. And thank you to the Jackson family as well. Rachel, Jocelyn, and Randy. I couldn't have done all this without you as well. You guys helped me raising Rebel, you know, kind of figuring out this whole CRD thing as it continued to grow. I still don't know what I'm doing, but sooner or later we'll figure it out. But thank you all for being here today. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and you know, I hope you guys have some fun with the dogs. All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Benna Carroll, for those of you who don't know me. I want to thank you again for all being here today. It's a very important day for GOFI and for everybody here, especially for the graduates. I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker for today, Mr. Michael Morrissey. Michael Morrissey is the Chief Law Enforcement Official in Norfolk County, which includes 28 communities between Boston and Providence. He prefers prevention and community-based programming to prosecution, which is why the connection with GOFI and his office came to be. He has made a substantial investment to further community-based programming by funding CRDs for police departments in Norfolk County, first starting with 4 of our graduates today: Charlie in Weymouth, Cruiser in Rentham, Rocket in Needham, and Ruby in Dedham are graduates today as a result of Michael Morrissey's contributions, as well as our future graduates, Mitch from Norfolk, Lou from Holbrook, and Harper from Randolph. Please help me welcome Mr. Michael Morrissey.
Thank you very much. For someone who's been in politics for a good number of years, it wasn't hard for me to figure out that people like animals better than they do politicians. So, for those that are the chiefs and the departments that I work with all the time, I'd just like to say I know that there's 21 dogs on the invitation, some of them are already deployed in the towns, and there's one retiree, I guess, Flutie from Sharon. So we were able to fund all a part of 7 dogs using funds, ironically, from the drug dealers of Norfolk County. Of course, with the assistance of the courts, who, upon our taking that money and the judge's permission to do that, we can use it for programs like this and support law enforcement. We do a lot of other things, but this is just one of those programs that I think is very valuable. But I couldn't do it really without the community partners that I have. Even though we help fund it, the police also have to make a sizable, and the schools have to make a sizable commitment to maintain it and keep the dogs. I just wanted to say that when we began providing community resource dogs to our towns, we could never have predicted how impactful and useful they would be, particularly with the students in our schools and in the elderly community. And that's because we couldn't predict that COVID would isolate us from peers for extended periods and layers of trauma into millions of lives of people who lost loved ones. It's been a hard couple of years for school kids. And many of whom return to school with pronounced anxiety or fear, depression, and trauma, lack of interpersonal connections that help teach coping skills and the soft skills that guide us through class and life. Time and again, whether it's just a quick interaction that helps redirect a student's hard day or a response to a tragedy, the dogs are making a difference. I was recently told at one of our drug coalitions just this past week that as a member told a story of a neighboring town that experienced a tragic loss of a high schooler. The dogs and the dog handlers from a half a dozen area towns all came to the school during their lunchtime, and the dogs sat around the table where the student had always sat and ate his lunch. Gradually, the students let down those walls they were keeping up and approached to pat and hug the dogs. This gentle presence opened the door for those students to begin the process of what had happened with no judgment and no fear of judgment. And that is one of the aspects that I have enjoyed seeing grow, the way the communities are using these resources to help to support one another, including the towns that have no dog of their own yet, so we can still talk about that. They've been acting like a team, acting like a family, so I would just like to say, for those towns that are taking dog home today for the first time, I would just like to say welcome to the family and good luck.
Thank you, Ms. Morrissey, for taking time from your busy schedule to be with us here today. And thank you for your ongoing contributions in support of Golden Opportunities. So why are we here today? Well, each client here, each of our CRD clients, each of our facility dog clients, each of our service dog clients, represents thousands of hours of training by the clients and their families. GOFI dog trainers and staff, and many of our volunteers. This training occurs at GOFI, at home, and at various places where we socialize our dogs. Bass Pro, as many of you can remember, is a very popular place to go. Gillette Stadium, grocery stores, Adams Farm, Legacy Place, many cold winters in the parking lots of Legacy Place. Firehouses, police stations, just to name a few. This training helps to prepare the dogs and their handlers to take and pass the critical testing requirements for service dogs, the AKC Puppy Star test, the AKC Canine Good Citizen, and the Public Access test. In order to graduate, those tests have to be passed. Our dogs can be trained to alert others in the case of potential danger. For instance, with diabetes, low sugar levels, with epilepsy, pending seizures. By detecting these subtle changes in a person's odor, respiration rates, and behavior before the average human's ability to do so is how they can alert their human. The dogs are taught tasks based on simple core behaviors such as touch and nudge. Each of these simple behaviors, from these simple behaviors, doors open and lights go on, literally. From the core behaviors, tasks that dogs can be trained to perform are to retrieve items, to carry items, to alert handlers to dangers, to provide handlers with space in crowded situations. These tasks can help provide independence to those who may not have that luxury. At this time, I would like to introduce our trainer, AB and Foster, one of our service dogs graduating today, to demonstrate some of the tasks our service dogs can be trained to do to help their handlers have a measure of increased mobility and independence. AB, Foster.
Oops. You okay, AB?
I'll make it. Thanks,
All right.
Foster. Thank you. Get down, sir. You ready? All the way down.
So as I mentioned
Help
earlier,
me up. Thank you, sir.
the difficult things that people go through
Had Foster not been there to retrieve the cane, AB would have been crawling around on the ground.
Which I have, thank you.
Just kidding.
Lights on, sir. Yes, lights off. All the way, all the way. Light show. Dan, where's the rave music? Yes, sir.
Just keep trying.
There you go, good boy. Oops, I missed. Oh, you close to me? Thank you, sir. One last thing. I'm cold. Can you give me my blanket? Uh-oh, uh-oh. And finish, sir? Thank you. Oop. I love you too. Finish. Foster, thank you for everything that you have done and all that you'll continue to do. You're a great boy. I love you. And you send me.
Foster's handler, Jerry Amaral, passed away this year, just a month ago today, as a result of ALS. This month signifies ALS month. Could we please take a moment of silence for Jerry and his family? Thank you. At this time, we would like to share a short video while we prepare our graduates to receive their diplomas.
An hour early, give her a chance. So everybody, very stubborn, you have to have
Brian, thank you very much for chipping in. We're going to get started with our procession here.
As I mentioned earlier, each client here with us today represents thousands of hours of training by the clients and their families, GOFI dog trainers and staff, and our many volunteers, who are too numerous to name individually. All of their contributions allow us to be embedded in the Walpole community and other surrounding communities. Most of these dogs were born and raised at GOFI, so we have cared for them since and continue to do so. Today we will be acknowledging 9 dogs that are serving as service dogs, 2 dogs that are serving as facility dogs, and 11 dogs that are serving as community resource dogs in local communities. Now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, I would like to introduce the graduates and their teams that made this possible. First, we have Foster with Mimi and AB. Next, we have Rosie with Sarah and Dan. Representing North Andover, we have Gibbs with Cam and Megan.
Yeah, Megan.
Representing Babson University, we have Roger with Kevin and Anthony. Representing Northeastern University, we have Cooper with Rachel and Armando and Susan. Representing Dedham, we have Ruby with Megan, Neil, and Jason. Next, we have Carrie, George, and Lexi with Hannah and Sandy. Representing the Lark Center, we have Grizz with Michelle and Sarah. Representing the Department of Corrections, we have Muggsy with Dan and AB. Next, we have Catherine with Harley and Dan. Representing Needham, we have John, with Rocket and Megan. Representing Rentham, we have Cruiser with Dan and Anthony. Representing Gloucester, we have Ace with Peter and Susan. Okay, sorry, he couldn't make it. Last minute change. Next, we have Cal with Paul and Nicole. Representing Wayland High School, we have Ricky with Mary Beth and Hannah. Representing Weymouth, we have Charlie with Ryan and Dan. Next, we have Paige with Boston and AB. Representing Wellesley, we have Winnie with Tana and Anthony. Next, we have Athena with Ari and Megan. I would also like to congratulate Duke and Colby and Flutie, who are also graduates that could not be here today.
Let's have a round of applause for all those great graduates today. Congratulations. All right, so I know you want to get to the food and some games and some fun, but I definitely need to thank a lot of people, so this might be a while. Sure. So we finally got back to doing some things this past year after COVID. During the summer, our attendance at the Walpole Farmers Market on a few weekends. We had a golf tournament with One Leg Up, who is being sponsored. Is that my sunshine? So you can see the logo, the one Leg Up, combined with our logo on the golf shirts of the trainers. Unfortunately, Paul couldn't be here. He has a infection going, so thank you so much, Paige, for being able to walk Boston for him. Our golf tournament was a huge success. We're hoping for the same turnout, if not more, for September 9 this year, same place, Friday afternoon. So take Friday off or get some work done in the morning. Join us in the afternoon. Our Halloween event at the Adams Farm in Walpole went great. We had some great attendees with some great costumes. It was a fun day as well. We're hoping to repeat that. We had some virtual online events which did well. We definitely need to thank our event coordinator, Laureen House, for putting together so many different events, some virtual events. We did some restaurant events. Thanks to the Chateau for doing some dinner events for us. A big shout out to the Weiss team, Steve and Beth Weiss. I don't think they were able to make it, but they are a real estate company out of Sharon, and they do amazing work. They've been extremely supportive of us. They have puppy raised 4 dogs for us to this point today, working on their 4th one. They do amazing work with the dogs. So if you have any real estate needs, give them a shout out. Give me a call. They've actually been kind enough to join our board of directors as well. So looking forward to getting some more events and recognition and awareness for GOFI out this year. Derek House Photography, thank you so much. Joining us again, taking wonderful pictures of our dogs. I think a few of the pictures that were on here are from Derek House. So, and their son Devlin's here today. Round of applause for you, Derek. Devlin, thank you so much for coming. Walpole Cooperative Bank has been extremely generous to us. They've been making donations and allowing our events to happen, as well as our nice graduate bags that they donated to our program for our graduates. They're pretty cool. They've got a paw on them. They've got a little zip open thing. You can lay it down and put some water on there. So big shout out to Donna Leary. If you have any banking needs, please go and visit them. My final is the staff, volunteers, trainers, and everyone here who makes it possible. You all know I need you to have my back. As much as we're able to pull this stuff off, I could not do it without each and every one of you. Day to day, day in, day out, I'm pulled in a million different directions, and you guys keep me grounded. So thank you all so much.